Hamas accepts Trump's plan to end the Gaza war and release hostages. Hamas announced its acceptance of Trump's plan, which calls for the immediate cessation of Israeli bombardments and the release of prisoners held in its custody. The movement also declared its readiness to hand over the administration of Gaza to a technocratic government to be formed on the basis of national consensus. Trump, in turn, urged Israel to halt its attacks immediately, warning of heightened military escalation should the agreement fail. Protests in Madagascar, Kashmir, and Morocco. Widespread demonstrations erupted across Madagascar, Kashmir, and Morocco, with protesters calling for economic and social reforms, including lower prices, better public services, and stronger anti-corruption measures. Demands for justice and accountability echoed through the streets, while several cities witnessed clashes with security forces and reports of casualties. Former French President Nicolas Sarkozy sentenced to 5 years in prison. A Paris court convicted former French President Nicolas Sarkozy on charges of criminal conspiracy in a case involving illegal financing from the late Libyan leader Muammar Gaddafi for his 2007 election campaign. The court sentenced Sarkozy to 5 years in prison, along with a fine and a ban on holding public office. This ruling marked the first conviction of its kind against a modern French president. India and China resumed direct flights after a 5-year suspension. India and China announced that direct flights, which have been suspended for 5 years due to the COVID-19 pandemic and border tensions, will resume between certain cities starting in late October 2025. The decision is seen as part of efforts to normalize bilateral relations and strengthen trade and cultural cooperation. In the first phase, flights are expected to operate between specific cities such as Kolkata and Guangzhou, with details to be determined by the airlines. South African ambassador to France found dead outside hotel in Paris. South Africa's ambassador to France, Nkosinathi Emmanuel Nathim Thethwa, was found dead outside a high-rise hotel in Paris. French police have launched an investigation into the circumstances of the incident and the cause of death, which has not yet been disclosed. Israel signs $6 million deal to leverage AI models in its favor. Israel has signed a $6 million contract with an American company to produce AI-driven media content aimed at gaining youth support and reinforcing its narrative regarding the war in Gaza. Under the agreement, targeted content will be distributed across platforms such as TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Afghanistan faces unprecedented digital blackout, cutting the nation off from the world. Afghanistan has witnessed a nationwide shutdown of internet and communication services, bringing key sectors such as education, travel, and business to a standstill. Several reports on social media claimed the outage followed a Taliban directive issued under the pretext of preventing immorality. Taliban officials, however, denied the allegations, saying the disruption was caused by technical failures in the country's communication infrastructure.